Moi everyone! So now we're getting to the Christmas season, and what more traditional Christmas thing for Finns to have than glögi, or mulled wine. So this is a drink that's served in Christmas parties, at Christmas, at office parties, anywhere you go during the Christmas season, which usually starts on Independence Day, December 6th. So I'll be making a version of glögi that's suitable both for children and adults, because usually glögi is made with wine where you add spices. But this version of mine is actually going to be made from juice with spices in it, and then you can add some alcohol to it for the adults. So let's get cooking. Okay, so what I have here is just black currant juice. Black currant juice may not be the easiest thing to find in America. What you could use is, you could certainly use other juices as well. Like, I would say even cranberry juice would work, because with glögi, I feel that, like, kind of like with pumpkin spice, you're not really looking for that flavor of the base flavor. Like with pumpkin, you're not looking for the pumpkin flavor, you're looking for the spice flavor. Same with glögi. You're not necessarily looking for that wine flavor. And by all means, do not use the expensive wine for this. If you make this with wine, use the cheapest, the $2, $3, whatever is the cheapest wine you can find at the store, and then you add the spices to it. So, okay, so I have some black currant juice. Like I said, you could substitute any other dark juice with it. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna heat this up. So while my juice is heating up, I'm gonna make a spiced tea. So I have here just your standard tea kettle. So what I'm gonna add is, I'm gonna add, let's say, about half a teaspoon of cloves, about a teaspoon of cinnamon. So what I'm using here is like chunks of cinnamon. Certainly you could use the whole pieces of bark, or you could even use those as a stirring stick. And here what I have is orange peel. I'm just going to use also about a teaspoon of orange peel. And also, I just happen to have this squeeze bottle ginger. You could certainly use candied ginger or even fresh ginger if you have it. So I'm just going to add a squeeze of ginger in there. And then, of course, we cannot forget cardamom. Just going to peel a couple of cardamom pods right in there. And of course, instead of the whole spices, you could use the extracts. They would be just fine here as well. And one last thing, I'm going to put in a couple of vanilla pods in there too. They're just too big to fit into the strainer. Alrighty. Okay, so I just have here some hot water. I'm just going to pour it in. Let that steep for maybe about 5 minutes. We're going to make our spiced tea. And then we'll be back with our juice. Okay, so our spice infusion is done. I'm just going to ladle some of this hot juice in here in the pot. If you were using wine instead of juice, add sugar. It should be fairly sweet, but I figured that the juice already has enough sugar in it. Okay, so now to our juice or wine, we're going to add our spice infusion. Stir it a little and let's taste it. See how is it? I think it could use more spice. So there you go. Alrighty. Okay, so to serve this for children, just take a few almonds, like so, and a couple of raisins. You pour it right on top. There we go. Okay, so for the adults, what you want to do is, I have here some raisins that I soaked in rum overnight. Remember that these are going to add up the alcohol content quite a bit. So you add some of those, some almonds, and I have here Yalovina, which of course you cannot get in the US, but you could also use rum or maybe even vodka. Regular vodka is just fine. Add it to your own taste, depending on if you have family around, you might want to add just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. There we go. Mix it. And it's ready to drink. All right. Finnish mulled wine Glögi. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Finish Your Plate. You know, this could make family get-togethers so much nicer.